Welcome to our brand new CompuTrainer studio. This is known as our Endurance Training Center. Once you bring your bike in here, you need to set it up on one of these CompuTrainers. We're going to show you how to get it set up. But before we do that, I want to show you what you need. First and foremost, you're going to need a training skewer. There are different types of training skewers, but you specifically need one type that works very well with these CompuTrainer devices. So here are three different types of training skewers. The only one that really works well is this one. You can buy these at the Fitness Formula Club front desk at Lincoln Park. You'll notice that they're completely rounded on either end of the skewer. This goes in your rear wheel and keeps you securely mounted to a CompuTrainer. There are a lot of other skewers you might already have on your bike that are not rounded, they're square, or they have plastic ends. These will not grip very well. Also, this style, while it looks rounded, is only rounded on two parts, and it does not mount or fully engage into the CompuTrainer. So always make sure you have the right type. These are usually also the cheapest, so it's very, very inexpensive. At the front desk, you can get them for about $10, or any local bike shop should have very similar training skewers. All right, once you're in the studio, you want to take your bike and mount it on a CompuTrainer. First, make sure you put your bike in between the two knobs that'll hold it in place. Once you get here, always make sure you've got your trainer skewer on your rear wheel. Then pick up the bike and push it in on one side to make sure it's in place. Then start tightening the resistance. You want to make sure you add enough resistance on both sides so that your rear wheel is centered on the back of the roller. So tighten one side, then tighten the other side, and make sure it's nice and stable. You'll want to have enough resistance so when you shake your bike, it's not wiggling. You don't hear it jostling around. Once it's nice and stable, you can grab it, give it a little shake, make sure it's nice and stable. Then you adjust these inside knobs to lock your resistance in place. This makes sure that once you're riding really hard, it's not going to come a little bit loose, and the resistance will be steady throughout your ride. Once you've got your bike locked in here, you'll want to make sure you add air to your tires. You want to have your tires inflated to the full pressure of your tire, typically around at least 100 to 120 psi. Once that's done, you'll also want to make sure that you grab a towel and wipe down the tire. If you were riding outside and it was wet, or you might have gotten little bits of glass or rock in your tire, you want to make sure you take that and wipe that off. That'll make sure that you have a nice, smooth connection with the CompuTrainer, and it'll also help us keep these CompuTrainers clean and they won't wear out as quickly. Then you'll want to make sure that you turn the power switch on the back of the load generator. You'll see the red light has been turned on. Secondly, you'll want to make sure there's enough resistance on the roller so that your wheel has a good grip. The resistance knob located on the back here is what you turn to tighten it. Clockwise to tighten it, counterclockwise to loosen it. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. What you'll want to do is make sure there's enough resistance. So if you grab the wheel and you move it up and down, you don't feel it slipping. It's a nice, smooth connection. You can also test it by grabbing the wheel and spinning it. The wheel should spin about halfway around with just a nice, strong push. Once you're at that point, you're pretty much ready to ride. Hop on your bike and start warming up.